Hello, welcome to Kate's Low Vision Living. I'm Kate and my dog Baker. So if you hear anything in the background, it's him. I'm updating my ulnar nerve transposition or decompression surgery on my left elbow. It's post-op about exactly 6 weeks today. I also had carpal tunnel decompression in my left and an injection on my right thumb. So it's been a lot longer healing process than I thought. If you've watched my earlier videos from like the first week, second, third, I've had a problem with the incision busting open. So the last 2 weeks, it'll heal up and then it kind of will bust a little bit, and then we go through this process of I have to, keep it clean. Well, I mean, I'm always keeping it clean, but really keeping it clean, protecting it, not doing as much. And it's just so annoying because, you realize how many things you do with both of your arms or hands, dishes, lifting, pushing, pulling, anything. So when it kind of did this about a week and a half ago, we decided, well, we got a week and a half until we see the doctor, so we'll just ask him what needs to be done. If not, I'm kind of thinking I need to go to a wound care specialist. I'm going through UW Hand Clinic, Harborview Hand Clinic. Hi, Baker. And they're really good. I have, they have really good reviews and everything, and I had my back surgery there. Not at the hand clinic, obviously, at the sports clinic. But, okay, needless to say, Baker, quit. He's trying to sniff my incision. So we went in on Tuesday to see the surgeon. So this is the first time I saw the surgeon after my surgery on February 25th. Before that, I've only seen the physician's assistant. And she took out the stitches initially. The 2 weeks I went in, she took out the stitches, and then we went back because it had busted open more. And so we went in Tuesday. We saw his intern first, and he just said, yeah, it's common to have the swelling and the seepage coming out. It's just your body's way of kicking out stuff, and kind of like we've discussed before. So he said, it just needs more time to heal, which again, like I said, we're 6 weeks out. I've watched other people's videos on the same surgery, and within 3 weeks, they're back to weightlifting. So he said, yeah, it looks, you're just going to have to protect it more and wait until it totally heals for a good couple of weeks before you can go swimming. So finally the surgeon came in, he looked at it, and he just kind of squatted down and was looking at my incision, and he starts just poking around at it and talking to my husband, telling him, digging around in there going, well, there's a couple of stitches that weren't taken out, which I didn't really find out until I was talking to my husband yesterday. Like, I thought it was the stitches inside, but those would have been dissolvable and gone, and are gone by now. So these are ones that the physician's assistant that took the stitches out must have missed. So he's digging around in there, pulling the stitches out. My husband said he took a good 4 stitches out of there that were buried and probably irritating the whole thing. It was painful. Kind of weird because it's still numb through here, but he's pushing around. It's kind of like having a tooth worked on when it's numb, but then they kind of hit things that hurt. So this is what he said to do. He literally emptied out his drawer of gauze, this kind of gauze, ace bandages, the surgical tweezers, and the forceps he gave us. He wanted us to do this, and he packed the wound with this wicking material. Let me see if I can get it. So this is called NU gauze, new gauze. And he was telling my husband to, in that little opening in my arm, which the doctor did on this, he stuffed that this stuff in 2 inches in there. Said leave it out a little bit so that the seepage can leak out, and then replace it every day. I was like, how would I do this if I was by myself? For one, you really couldn't do that in the mirror very well. And I'm legally blind, so there's no way that would have happened. And then, so my husband and I got talking about it yesterday because that one fell out that the surgeon put in. We got talking about it yesterday. I'm not one to go against doctor's orders, but just saying, I think those stitches that were missed caused the problem. And moving it back and forth, causing irritation, inflammation, and more fluid to build up and then seep out. So we've made an executive decision, my husband and I, that for one, it doesn't seem right to sit here and kind of poke that stuff in there and kind of re-irritate it unless we see a lot more swelling going on. So we're going to leave it. It seems to be fine. It has seeped out a little bit. It's seeped out a little bit, not very much at all. It does feel a lot better. It's not hot to the touch. Before it was a little warm. And we're just going to see how it goes. We're supposed to go back in 2 weeks to see the surgeon. And seriously, if nothing's done by then, we're talking 2 months since the surgery, and it needs to be healed. So we may just go to a wound care specialist. Other than that, I mean, the symptoms that was supposed to relieve, it has. I don't have the pain and numbness in my hands. So that really did fix that, along with the carpal tunnel. And my right thumb injection, perfect. So it has relieved that. It's just the incision from the surgery. So that's what we're looking at, and I'm hoping it gets better. I'm taking it easy again, to really no pushing and pulling and limiting the flexion, in hopes that it heals and seals up so that I can move on. The only pain I've had the last day or so is I have arthritis pain in both my hands and arms, and that's totally not related to the surgery. So I will get back. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I will update again in another week or so. All right, take care. Bye.